The late 18th century saw Oak Island, a Canadian island off the coast of Nova Scotia, come into historical prominence. Boys playing on the island in 1795 made the discovery. They discovered a strange hollow in the earth while investigating. They looked about and discovered a fascinating artificial shaft that was subsequently dubbed the Money Pit. The Oak Island mystery began with this accidental finding. The Money Trench, which has captured the fantasies of explorers and treasure seekers for years, is just a deep trench that was excavated by hand. The idea that priceless riches, including gold, diamonds, or historical items, were buried beneath its depths is how it got its name. The many perplexing traps and difficulties that have prevented several people from reaching the pit's purported riches are what give it its special significance. These difficulties include flooded tunnels and many levels of logs, pebbles, and booby traps, which add to the pit's mystique. Many expeditions and treasure seekers have been lured to Oak Island throughout the years in the hopes of discovering its mysteries. These initiatives have entailed drilling, excavations, and even the utilization of large equipment. Success has remained elusive despite their tenacity and expenditures of time and money. Previous excavators have encountered issues such as tunnel collapses, problems managing water flow, and the constant possibility of setting off hidden traps. The mystery surrounding Oak Island has only grown with each unsuccessful effort, leading people to speculate about the possibility of a buried treasure or other significant object under the island's surface. The plethora of hypotheses on the kind of wealth buried on the island is one of the Oak Island mystery's most lasting elements. Some of these hypotheses postulate that the wealth may be booty from infamous pirates like Captain Kidd or Blackbeard, who may have hidden the riches. Some people have suggested that it might be Spanish gold from the period of Spanish exploration and colonization of the Americas. Even more romantically, one version contends that amid the upheaval of the French Revolution, Marie Antoinette's diamonds made their way to Oak Island. Numerous treasure seekers have visited the island in search of their riches as a result of these notions, which have captured the public's attention for many years. The idea that Oak Island is linked to the Knights Templar and the fabled riches of Solomon's Temple in Jerusalem is one of the most intriguing and baffling theories about the island. This hypothesis holds that during their tenure in the Holy Land, the Knights Templar, a medieval Christian military order, amassed considerable money and sacred artifacts. They purportedly brought these jewels to Oak Island and hid them there in the Money Pit out of fear of persecution. The historical intrigue and mystique surrounding the Knights Templar are what draw people to this hypothesis. Over the years, many tales and conspiracy theories have been created about their relationship to Solomon's Temple and the Holy Grail. The enigma surrounding Oak Island is made much more intriguing by the possibility that it may contain proof of their existence and their link to Solomon's Temple. Although this hypothesis has a fervent following, it is still surrounded by debate and has not yet been confirmed beyond a reasonable doubt. It's an intriguing but debatable notion that links Oak Island to Solomon's Temple. It asserts that the huge resources and holy relics that the Knights Templar allegedly acquired from Solomon's Temple in Jerusalem were used to fund their protection of Christian travelers in the Holy Land throughout the Middle Ages. The Knights Templar purportedly set out on a covert expedition to bring these priceless artifacts to safety out of fear of the repression and persecution of their organization. This argument holds that Oak Island ended up being the site of choice for hiding these precious artifacts. The Money Pit was allegedly built to protect the wealth, keeping it hidden from prying eyes for ages. It has a complex network of tunnels and traps. The Rochefoucauld Grail Document and the enigmatic Zeno Narrative, which make cryptic allusions to the Templars and their potential role in moving artifacts from the Holy Land to a distant location, are examples of historical texts that some proponents mention. On or around Oak Island, there have been reports of finding Templar-related antiquities, including medieval coins and a lead cross with Templar iconography. These discoveries have increased the possibility of a Templar presence on the island. Interest in the notion has increased due to reports of Templar emblems, puzzling writings, and secret codes in the Oak Island region. Some people think that these symbols might be hints that the Knights Templar themselves have left behind. The function of the Knights Templar is crucial to the Oak Island Solomon's Temple idea. During the Crusades in the 12th century, a Christian military organization known as the Knights Templar was established. During their stay in the Holy Land, they significantly increased their money, authority, and influence. According to the hypothesis, they had access to Solomon's Temple's secrets and artifacts in addition to other sources of valuables. The Old Testament describes Solomon's Temple, a historical building in Jerusalem, as a location of enormous riches and importance. According to the notion, the Knights Templar, who are said to have been present on the Temple Mount during the Crusades, had the chance to find or learn about priceless treasures and information related to the temple. The hypothesis constructs a story of an extensive endeavor to secure the wealth of Solomon's Temple, eventually culminating in their storage under the mysterious island. It draws on the Templars' historical involvement in the Holy Land and the mystery of Oak Island. Although this notion is fascinating, it should be noted that it is still theoretical and unproven, keeping Oak Island's mysteries still buried deep inside. The first temple, commonly referred to as Solomon's Temple, is a biblical building that has had a significant impact on both the history of Judaism and Christianity. It was erected in Jerusalem by King Solomon in the 10th century BCE, and used to house both the Ark of the Covenant and the main place of worship. The Bible emphasizes the temple's splendor and its significance as the ancient Israelites' primary place of worship, while describing its fame for magnificence. Solomon's Temple was very significant, both religiously and culturally. It served as the location for religious rites, sacrifices, and rituals. Its inner sanctuary, referred to as the Holy of Holies, was where the Ark of the Covenant, a precious artifact carrying the Ten Commandments, was kept. The jewels and artifacts linked with Solomon's Temple are thought to be very valuable and have been the focus of intrigue and conjecture for ages due to their historical and spiritual importance. The Knights Templar was a medieval Christian military order established in the early 12th century. Their full name is Poor Fellow Soldiers of Christ and of the Temple of Solomon. During the Crusades, a period of religious warfare between Christians and Muslims for control of Jerusalem and the surrounding area, their main goal was to defend Christian pilgrims making their way to the Holy Land. The Templars got their name from the location of the first headquarters, which was on Jerusalem's Temple Mount, thought to be the location of Solomon's Temple. The foundation of the Oak Island Solomon's Temple idea is the relationship between the Temple Mount and its historical and biblical importance. The Knights Templar expanded in power and fortune throughout time, acquiring enormous assets and lands across Europe and the Holy Land. They gained notoriety for creating an archaic banking system and their knowledge of finance. Nevertheless, their affluence and power also bred resentment and mistrust. In 1307, King Philip IV of France, along with Pope Clement V, commanded the widespread detention of Templar members and the destruction of the order. The Templars were persecuted, tortured, and many of them were killed. Some were successful in escaping or went into hiding, which added to the myth of the Templars' secret wealth. Numerous myths, legends, and theories have been developed as a result of the Knights Templars' mysterious past, connection to the Holy Land, and the circumstances surrounding their dissolution, including the notion that they were involved in the transportation of treasures from Solomon's Temple to secret locations like Oak Island before their demise. Theorists who believe that Solomon's Temple and the Knights Templar are connected to Oak Island have offered a variety of fascinating but speculative pieces of evidence to back up their assertions. These aspects, although supporting the idea, are still up for discussion within the context of Oak Island's overall enigma. The Zeno Narrative, a 14th century Venetian record that mentions Templar activity and the likely movement of jewels from the Holy Land to an unidentified location, is a crucial piece of evidence. Some supporters speculate that Oak Island could be this secluded location. Furthermore, it is thought that the Rochefoucauld Grail Document contains enigmatic allusions to the Templars and lost wealth, with supporters interpreting hints that suggest Oak Island as a potential storage. Oak Island-related or nearby claims of finding medieval European coins have stoked rumors of Templar presence or activity. The presence of a lead cross, called Nolan's Cross, embellished with Templar symbols and aligned with certain sites on the island, has also been offered as proof in favor of the idea. Some supporters claim that this cross may act as a landmark pointing to a hidden Templar treasure. Supporters believe that mysterious marks, inscriptions, and symbols discovered on Oak Island and adjacent stones are related to the Templars. These mysterious symbols have been understood as hints put behind on purpose by the Templars in order to direct future treasure hunters in their search for lost artifacts. That is all for this video. We'll be back soon with another informative video. Don't forget to like and share this video. To keep exploring ancient history together, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Until next time!